This happened to me when I was about 12 years old. I was playing hide and seek with 3 of my best friends in this wooded area near our neighborhood. We were all on the same team, and the idea was that we would hide and seek and try not to scream or make any noise so that the other person couldn't find us. And then after a certain amount of time, we would all meet up at this big oak tree in the middle of the woods. And after about 30 minutes, I decided to go check out this little clearing to see if my friends were there yet. And they weren't. So I started to walk back to the oak tree when all of a sudden I heard this loud crashing in the trees behind me. I turned around and I saw these 2 deer running away from me. And then about 10 seconds later, I heard this loud bang, like the sound a gunshot makes. I froze and I didn't move or make a sound. And then I heard another bang, and then another one. My heart started racing and I started to run. As I'm running through the woods, I could hear this guy shouting, "Get out, get out." And he was getting closer. I could hear his footsteps on the ground and I could hear what sounded like another gunshot. I was terrified. All of a sudden, I tripped and fell on the ground. And when I looked up, this guy was standing over me with a gun in his hand. And he had this crazy look on his face. He looked at me for a second and then he said, "Run." And he started chasing me again. I got up and I started to run as fast as I could, as hard as I could. And I didn't stop running until I got home and locked myself inside. I was out of breath and I was shaking. I could hear my heart beating in my ears. I looked over and I saw that my front door was open. And I remember thinking how weird it was that my mom didn't say anything. And then I realized that she wasn't home. Well, I ran to my room and I locked the door and I hid under my bed. And then my dad came home and I told him what happened. And he called the police and we went out looking for my mom. It turns out that she had gone out into the woods to look for me because she had gotten worried when I didn't come home right away. And she had never been in the woods at night before. And she didn't know that the armed man was still roaming the woods. We didn't hear from her for like 2 days and then we went to the police and requested that they release a missing person report. I told the police about the armed man in the woods, and they went and searched the woods, and they discovered her body under some tree brush, pretty far out in the woods. She had been beaten and had multiple gunshot wounds on her body. She was deceased. To this day, the armed man was never found or identified.